everyone, it's Tasha here. I just wanted to make another video about some of the things that I have incorporated into my life over the past year since being diagnosed with interstitial cystitis and IBS. So all of this didn't happen overnight. A lot of the things have been gradually introduced, but I've kind of done these things to make myself more calm, relieve pain, etc. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is kind of what I have going on behind me here. So this lovely light is a Himalayan sea salt lamp, which emits negative ions that help to create a space of more peace and tranquility. And I swear, when I first bought this, I literally heard like ocean waves when I'd walk into my room sometimes. It was really crazy. So, and even in the description, you can look online for these lamps. They'll talk about how they kind of set the mood of like being at the ocean or being in a forest and just, being in nature and being at peace and relaxed. I also have this diffuser here. So I diffuse essential oils in my room and it smells really good. Right now I have lavender, lemongrass, which is one of my favorites, and some frankincense essential oil that I put all in there and is diffusing right now. It smells wonderful. And so lavender is a really great essential oil for relaxation. When I do detox baths, which is something that I do probably 4 to 5 times a week in the winter. In the summertime I do it a little bit less, but I always have lavender oil and tea tree oil in my baths. So you can start off with like really small amounts at first and see kind of how you like. I know when I first started and I was really sick, a little went a long way. Now I'm like, 10 drops of each. Like I love these essential oils. And I use lemongrass often as actually like a kind of like a perfume without having any like weird chemicals and stuff. It's a nice natural solution. Yeah, so I have this kind of going on. Also, beside my bedside table, usually I have a ton of crystals that I've been collecting. So, you can't really see in here, but I have like a tray full of crystals. And they all have different purposes, different energies about them. So, and I often will meditate with them. So some days I purposely pick which ones I want to meditate with, and other times I kind of just do it at random and see what, close my eyes, put my hand in, figure, see what the universe wants me to meditate with today. And, there's lots of stuff you can read online about crystal energy and how helpful and healing it can be. I do have some necklaces too that I wear just to kind of just have a better energy, instead of, I don't know, just some other random plastic jewelry or something that doesn't really do anything, other than look pretty, I guess. But, and then, so also, I was mentioning my detox baths before with lavender oil and tea tree oil. I add Epsom salts to that. This is just an exact brand that I think my parents got from when they visited the States. I'm here in Canada. And so this has like magnesium. They're magnesium sulfate salts. And I know when I first used it, I had a lot of muscle spasms, and I still do, but not nearly as bad as they were. And I remember coming out of my baths and really feeling that in my body, feeling the detox, from the bath. So, I usually add about 1 cup to 2 cups of Epsom salts. I don't really measure it anymore. I kind of just shake it in because who has time for that? And then, yeah, baking soda as well in my baths and baths, and that's really alkalizing. So it alkalizes the acids that are coming and being pulled out of your body. When I am in a flare, which I haven't really had one in about 2 months, I still have icy symptoms, but nothing really what I consider to be a flare, which is, you know, like heating pad to the, you know, pelvic area all the time and really noticing your bladder and being really, really irritated by it. I have some non-aluminum baking soda that I just got from the Natural or the Vitahealth here, which is my local health food store. So when I'm in a flare, I'll do like 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I don't really put any more. I used to put more and I couldn't drink it in the water, so I'd get a tall glass of water, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, mix it together, and wait a minute for it to kind of all dissolve and settle, and drink that. And a lot of the times it would help with my flare or make it go away. You know, I just try to drink a lot of water when I do feel like a flare is coming on, because it helps to dilute the acids that are coming out of the bladder and your body. Another thing that I do is when I shower now, I don't use any soaps or anything like that. I use coconut oil, which I'm sure you guys are like, oh, coconut oil, always hear about this stuff. That stuff is magic. It's, I use it all over my body, and, you know, a little goes a long way, and it is antifungal, antibacterial, you know, so many good uses for it. I don't like, you're like, well, are you just oily and you smell? Like, no, I don't. When I shower and use this stuff, you know, maybe I smell like coconuts a bit, and my skin's really smooth and like less irritated, because my back used to be itchy all the time, probably from candida that I have that I'm dealing with, and so that really helps. Sorry if I sniffle a lot too. I have a cold right now. So yeah, I use that, and I use that if, you know, I have any vaginal irritation, if I have, let's say if I'm having a flare too, I'll take like a tablespoon of coconut oil and drink that down with some water too. Lots of uses for coconut oil. I use it now. I make my own like face wash sort of, so I'll use coconut oil and I'll use lavender and tea tree oil, and I'll put that in and blend it together, and then I use that to, you know, put that all over my face and then wipe it off with a cloth as a makeup remover, you know, to wash my skin, etc. So, and I find that that's really good instead of using, even when I go to Vitahealth and buy their most natural, you know, face cleanser, you're still getting like weird stuff sometimes in it. Excuse me. So I found that like once I took that out of my routine, the cleansers from the stores, and use this instead, my skin's been improving. I also, let's see, I also bought this aloe vera plant a little while ago. His name is Joe, the aloe, and you can kind of see here that I've cut off some of his leaves. So I use the gel. You can ingest the meat of the plant, so not the outer skin, and drink it. I don't do that myself. I'm sure it's really helpful, but right now I don't do that. I just use it solely for my skin. So I use that every night, sometimes in the morning too, before I put on makeup or anything. And I find that it's really helping my dermatitis and acne, and it's helping heal the scars that I had from all the bad acne that I've had the past few months. My skin's getting a lot better. Again, I think that's from Nate and hormones, but, you know, switching to the coconut oil as a makeup remover, you know, using the aloe plant, also taking a vitamin D3 supplement, because it is winter here. Like, I do believe that getting vitamin D from the sun is the best way to get your vitamin D intake, but, you know, in Winnipeg right now, it is cold, and yeah, just not in the sun a lot, so that's what I use. I now do, I've been doing for a while dry skin brushing, and you can look up a lot of the benefits from it. It helps boost your immune system, it helps move the lymph in your body. So essentially I'll start like usually with my feet and moving all the way up to my heart, and you're kind of just moving into the middle heart of your body. And I spent extra time on, like, you know, in my elbow creases where you have lymph nodes, or like in my armpits or whatever else, and to help to get things flowing in my body and helping my body to naturally detox without doing, you know, a whole lot, not using any medications, etc., etc. So I'm really on and off with my dry skin brushing, and this is like a natural hairbrush, so it's not, you know, it's not the brush I ever use for my hair. It's simply for my body, and it is best to do the dry skin brushing before you go into a shower. And if you do the shower, doing a contrast shower is a really good idea. So hot and cold, it's a 3-to-1 ratio. It's good hydrotherapy to, again, boost your immune system, get the lymph in your body moving, and there's like other benefits that I'm totally not listing off here, but whatever. Then, so like, what supplements do I take every day? I used to take a bunch of different things. That I was working with one naturopath, and she's lovely and all, but I was just taking like a lot of stuff all the time, and like thinking that like, oh, quercetin's gonna help, you know, healing, and magnesium's gonna help, and zinc's gonna help because I'm deficient in these things. But really, it's like best to get your nutrition from your food, and so that's why I'm on the high raw vegan diet, which is great for detoxing and rebuilding your body. But I do take this adrenal tonic. It's helpful for essentially balancing hormones and dealing with stress a lot. I don't really have one that I always like stick to, but basically anything with ashwagandha in it, rhodiola is really good, schisandra fruit, and reishi mushroom is good. But I do find that if I do get all that combo into one, there was one that I bought that was really good but really expensive, and you know, there wasn't a lot in it, so it wasn't really like a good bang for my buck. So I went with this one this time, again, just from my natural health food store. So I find it really helpful, especially during school, to be taking this when I have a lot of stress and I'm working and, you know, doing 1,000 other things, to balance your stress levels and be more relaxed. Then I also have this probiotic. I got a really strong one this time, because, you know, I just kind of felt like I needed an extra boost. So I've been on a lot of antibiotics in my life, and I think it's really important to have a really good probiotic. So I'll be taking this for a while, or I have been taking this for, like, not this one specifically, but probiotics for over a year now, and I'm gonna probably continue to for a while. I do have this homeopathic remedy, Lymphodiol. It's good for inflammation and swelling and infection. So I'm really on and off with this. I don't take it every day. I take it when I feel like my body can handle it. You know, my naturopath, when she prescribed this to me, my first naturopath, she was like, take this 3 times a day, whatever. I take it maybe once a day when I do take it. And because I really feel like, you know, I should be able to boost my own body. You know, dry skin brushing again. You know, I would choose dry skin brushing because it's much more gentle. And if you have IC, you're really sensitive, over a homeopathic remedy. And that's, you know, I don't want to detox. I'm doing so much to detox. I don't want to overdo it and hurt myself or something and go too fast for my body. So there's that. Marshmallow root tea is like a godsend. I've been taking this for about a year. This is my second bag that I've ever bought, so, and it's really cheap. You know, it was like filled up to the top before, but a little goes a long way. And yeah, so I've only bought, like, this is only my second bag in over a year, right? So really great herb for IC, for soothing, you know, the bowels and the bladder. Yeah, and then I have some, this is magnesium lotion, Ancient Minerals. You can get a magnesium spray that you can put spray on your body, and it's a really good way to get your magnesium and absorb it through the skin. I like the lotion. I haven't actually tried the spray, although I'm sure that's equally as good. This one has like some stuff in it, some ingredients that maybe, you know, aren't as, you know, it's not 100% natural, so it might not be super great, 100% great, but I got this again from a natural health food store, and I do notice that if I'm not consistent with this, then my muscle spasms do increase. So when I am consistent, my muscle spasms really go down. Yeah, and I have spirulina powder, which is great. I like the chlorella tablets better because spirulina kind of has a nasty taste to it, honestly. I found a really good combo where I put a teaspoon of this with banana and apple. I try to do this every day. I don't always. I probably would if it was in a tablet form. But yeah, this has like a ton of good essential amino acids and minerals, and you know, it's a natural protein source, really good if you're on a vegan diet. And then this is my herbs for kidneys and adrenals. So I just got this from Hollow Reed Holistic, which is my one of my natural, the natural herb shop essentially here in Winnipeg. So it has nettle, licorice, uva ursi, burdock, and dandelion leaf. So this I use, like, it's really herby. I don't really mind it because I'm kind of just used to this kind of stuff now. I use this maybe 2 to 3 times a week. I don't use it every day. You know, it's really good, again, for kidneys and adrenals, helping to detox, help to, you know, heal the body. But, you know, I usually, honestly, my tea concoction that I make is with marshmallow root, dandelion root tea, licorice spice, ginger, and then some brown rice green tea that I like to buy from a tea store here. So I do that all mixed together in a big pot, and I think it tastes delicious. You know, I think everyone with IC is a little bit different and sensitive to different things. So if you have really severe IC, you know, getting like a big concoction of a bunch of different herbs might hurt you. So just be careful. I don't feel like it bothers me too much, but I just don't like to do, you know, something that's going to detox me too hard every single day, when I'm already doing a lot with the detox bath, the diet, etc. And then, like, I used to be a huge coffee drinker. Huge, like, 3 cups a day kind of person. Obviously, with IC, not so doable. And not so good for your adrenals. So, you know, I love my tea. And I do that. So I do get a little caffeine. Caffeine's not, you know, super great while you're healing. So I try to limit that. But I did find a really good alternative to coffee, which is called Teachino. I have to buy it online because there's no store here that has it. But this is, it's not like, it's a herbal coffee alternative. So, and it's 75% organic. It's really alkaline for the body, which is essential for our acidic bodies. And it tastes delicious. It has roasted almonds, dates and figs, organic roasted carob, organic barley, a little bit of vanilla extract, and coconut flavors. So yeah, I mean, it's non-acidic. It has inulin, which is a soluble fiber from chicory root, naturally extracts during brewing. I know I was reading online about it, and it also helps with gut flora. So I think this is a great alternative to coffee. This is a vanilla nut one. I love the hazelnut, and I would buy it in a bigger bag like this. So I can only get the little tiny tea bags unless I buy it from the States, but then it's a lot for shipping, and it's a lot with the exchange rate right now. And then when I do have caffeine, which I've been bad about over the break, I have this matcha tea. And I was actually just at Vitahealth like 10-15 minutes ago, and I saw a different green tea powder, matcha green tea powder, and it had said on there that it is rich in chlorophyll, which is a great, if you know, it's like in plants, right? So great plant-based alternative. So I make my own matcha tea lattes, 1 teaspoon of matcha, a little bit of hot water, and a little bit of almond milk. It's best to make your own almond milk. I haven't, but I just ordered online a nut milk bag, which sounds hilarious, I know, but to make my own nut milks and oat milk, hopefully. So I'll use that in my matcha tea lattes, and when I do use anything with sugar, it's only raw manuka honey or 100% maple syrup. So I'll put a bit of that together, shake it up, and add a little cinnamon on top, which is really delicious. So yeah, and then since I have a cold right now, I've been the only time I used any like pharma medicine to like help me get through this, like Advil cold and sinus, was when I worked on Sunday when I first got my cold. But I used this this tincture. It's called Side Effect. It's for sinus and allergies, and I do find when I'm sick that this helps me get through it a lot quicker. And usually I can use it at the beginning of a cold and like completely, you know, miss the boat on the cold. It goes away, no problem. But I think because I was eating some stuff that I don't usually eat over the holidays, that maybe my immune system wasn't in the tip-top shape that it usually is, right? To fight things off. Anyways, it has eyebright, nettle, wild indigo, bayberry, elder, ignatia, goldenrod, golden seal, or is it echinacea? You know, and a couple other herbs in there, but I find this is really great. I got this also from Hollow Reed Holistic, which is the natural herb shop here. So, you know, there's a lot of great alternatives out there to, you know, fighting getting sick, fighting getting cold. Sorry about that. And yeah, so that's like kind of some of the things I do, some of the things I try to incorporate into my life. I don't, you know, I don't have like always a set routine, but there are some things that I do try to, you know, incorporate every week to help me be in better health and get me to a better place, which I totally feel like I'm getting there. I just bought from Vitahealth because it was on sale some kombucha, which is a probiotic rich drink. This one is 100% organic. Yeah, and it has organic raw kombucha, raw chia seeds, which are a great superfood, and I usually add those to my smoothies. Raspberry juice, and 100% pure love, which, you know, obviously love is the most powerful emotion, healing emotion, right? But, you know, I don't always buy this because it's expensive. It's like $4 for this one bottle, which is crazy. So what I do is I buy a big thing of kimchi from Costco. I know a lot of people can handle kimchi because it's spicy, but I am planning on making my own fermented foods over this Christmas break so that I do have some of that ready for me, so it's cheaper, so that I get a higher dose of probiotics from those fermented foods, because they're really helpful for gut healing. Anyways, that is my video for today. Thanks you everyone for listening to me, and I hope some of my tips help you and you do try some of these things out, because I have noticed, you know, a lot more relaxation, much more ease in my life, really relieving some symptoms over this past year by incorporating some of these things into my daily routine, as well as meditation, as well as yoga, as well as getting enough rest, which is so important, and positive thinking. You know, every morning I try to wake up, and every night I try to go to bed with some gratitude and thanking, you know, my house, my life, my family, and, you know, all the food that I'm able to eat that's natural and healthy and good, and, you know, trying not to worry about the things that I can't control in my life. But yeah, so I hope that this helps anyone else out there who is suffering with IC and helps you to get onto a good healing path. Peace and love.